Hello again, everyone. My name is Patrick Lyons, and I'm back once again to talk to you about sustainability. Last week I talked about how there has been an increase in the use of paper and plastic cups due to the sanitation concerns surrounding the COVID-19 pandemic. Coronavirus has given way to a movement towards a lot of single-use plastics, and while this has made people feel more comfortable eating and drinking out in public, it has not had great impacts on the environment. These impacts, however, have not just been limited to cups. As I'm sure many of you have noticed, all of the food in the dining halls this semester is being served in styrofoam packaging, and the only utensils available for use are single-use disposable plastic utensils. These are both serious issues from an environmental standpoint. First, let's talk about styrofoam. Styrofoam is great for conveniently packaging food in a sanitary way so it can be brought outside to eat in a more socially distant manner, but it is something of an environmental nightmare after it gets used. This is because styrofoam is unfortunately very difficult to recycle. Its structure has a lot of air pockets built into it, meaning that the cost to transport enough material to really make recycling worth it are very high considering how much is actually being moved. So unfortunately, this means that more often than not, any styrofoam that you use will just end up in a landfill to degrade over time. Unfortunately, the situation with plastic utensils is very similar. While they are great and convenient for bringing outside or to different locations where eating can be done in a more socially distant way, they're also really not great for the environment because they can also not be recycled very easily, and this is for a couple of reasons. First, they are made from a variety of different materials, and most recycling plants simply don't have the resources or time to sort through each individual piece of silverware and make sure it goes to the right place. But even when that can be done, they're often so small that they can slip through the cracks of the machines and then they don't end up getting recycled at all. So more often than not, these too will just end up in landfills to degrade over time. So this naturally poses some challenges, and unfortunately these ones aren't quite as easy to solve as simply using a reusable water bottle to replace single-use cups. As for styrofoam, there really aren't many great alternatives that are more sustainable, just because the styrofoam packaging that we see in the dining halls are really all that dining services has to work with right now if we want to maintain a good and sanitary eating environment. But for utensils, however, there are some other options. One great thing that you can do is purchase your own set of reusable utensils, and while this may not save you as much money as a reusable water bottle will, it will be great for the environment, and in times like these, that's something that's really important to consider. Furthermore, you won't have to worry about any sanitation concerns at all related to COVID-19, because these utensils are just yours. No one else is ever going to have to come into contact with them. So with all of these things in mind, please consider investing in a set of reusable silverware today. The environment will be very grateful for it.